Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and I am here with a viewer request for NF, and the song is called Hope. Sounds promising. I have only done one other reaction to NF, and that was 2 years ago. I thought I had done an NF reaction, and I looked it up, and it said it was that long ago. I didn't realize it was that long ago. I believe the N stands for Nathan, the F is his last name, which I don't remember, and I didn't look up before I started recording. I probably should have, but there you go. He goes by NF anyway. Really looking forward to this one. Thank you very much for the request. Check in the description. There is a way to get your request much quicker than on the regular list by using one of the donation methods. Just let me know what you want me to react to, of course. And if you have a shout out name you want me to use, let me know that too. And you will get your reaction much quicker. Also in the description, I will put a link to NF's channel so you can go there and subscribe and like and comment. Check out everything on his channel and support the artist. I really encourage you to do that. Also, don't forget to subscribe here. If you have already, thank you so much. If you haven't, it's time to push that little button. Thank you to everyone who shared videos as well, liked videos, commented. I read everything you send and I answer as much as I possibly can. Now, I have the closed captioning turned on here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see how it goes on this one. If it works well, then if I have something to say about the lyrics, or if I understand them, often on a first listen I don't, so we'll see how it goes. I'll mention it throughout the video, but I try not to stop too often. All right, let's have a listen to NF Hope.
Hope.
We all can use some hope.
Yeah, I'm on my way, I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying.
Looks like he needs hope.
My soul.
In the middle of the ocean. Wow.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver.
Is he talking to himself? I love that piano punctuation, and it almost seems like he might be talking to himself. I'm not sure.
Missing progress, well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong. Nature had a great run.
Ah, there we are.
But it's time to give the people something different. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my album. Hope.
Wow, is that all the voices in his head? My album, my album, my album.
Do I like to introduce my album. Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one.
Okay, speaking of bright side and dark side, we got a bright or light, white, whatever, NF, and then we got the dark NF up here. Sorry, I was trying to hold that cough off. It didn't work. It rarely does. So yeah, I don't know, maybe having a bit of a battle here, and so also the lyrics, lyrically, really well done. The flow is great, and it seems so simple. It seems so easy, but you know when someone is so good at something that they just make it look easy, and it really isn't. If you try it yourself, it's not going to work. I'm thinking of certain sports people, but any art as well. whether that's music or painting or dancing. If they're really good at it, they just make it look so simple, and you think you can get up off your chair and do the same moves, and you try it. Maybe you shouldn't try it, depends what it is. And it is not easy. So the flow and lyrically, this is great. And yeah, yeah, I think I'll have more to say, but I'm going to back up a bit here too. Yeah, being brave enough to dream big.
Dream big, big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in. They get it.
Ouch. Mm.
Necessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I'd never hit my bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did. Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about, don't get it twisted, that was in the shop. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of faith, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of hate, 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never revolve, I know I can change. We are not enough, we are not the same. You don't have the heart, you don't have the strength, you don't have the will, you don't have the faith. You'll never be loved, you'll never be safe. Might as well give up, not running away. You don't have the guts, you're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge, I'm taking the reins.
I'm taking the reins. Good. Let me back up. Yeah, lots that I could talk about here. I'll try to hit on some of them. Yeah. So definitely talking to himself, light side, dark side, but also the messages you get from others. And was he abandoned as a child? Almost sounds like it near the end. And now he has a child, and it's changed his life, which is great. That can do that for you. But at the end when he was talking about 30 years of never, 30 years of hollow, it sounded like he had been abandoned. He doesn't want that for his son. Um, Lots of other things in here too, holding on to baggage, not letting go. Um, yeah, we can internalize messages, whether they were actual messages from others or just ourselves getting down on ourselves and thinking it was others. Because sometimes, yeah, we can be our worst critic, and just um, that cycle, that downward spiral can start in our head. It can take 30 years, it can take longer than that. It can take a whole lifetime. Sometimes people never get out of that despair, that constant message that keeps rolling around in their head. I think we all have it to a certain amount. Some suffer more than others. Some find their path quicker than others. It's just not going to be the same for every single person. He talked about hitting the bottom and suffering, and before you could come out of it, and whether or not I'm not getting the lyrics right here, but you know what he was talking about. And it's I'm just going to go back. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage, trying to fill a void. I'm just looking through. Feels like I missed my alarm and slept. Yeah, yeah, this is also a part. Often you feel a disconnect between yourself and reality, or whatever that is. What is reality anyway? And yeah, it happens. It happens to me uh, still. It happened a lot more when I was younger, or at least maybe not a lot more, but it was very difficult to deal with. Growing pains a necessary evil. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but then he talks about, on the other hand, it was the push I needed. So again, very familiar with this. Many of the short stories that I have published on Amazon, you'll see the links below, are were written decades ago when I was much younger. Yes, I used to be young, believe it or not, and going through a lot of difficult times. And yeah, you don't think you could hit bottom further than I was at that time without and still be here. Yeah, I'm always amazed that I am still here at this point from those times. Um, However, and I wish I had my books here, but I don't have them right beside me. But even in the preface of one or both of them, I have mentioned that you have to, if you want to survive, if you want to keep going, you have to somehow welcome those voices, or those demons, or those whatever you want to call them, and learn to use them as a tool. Learn to cope, and yeah, turn it around. So, and everybody's experience is going to be different, so they're not identical, but I do understand where he's coming from to some extent. I'm not a musician, but but I understand to some extent, and I wasn't abandoned by my parents. Um, but everyone has traumas. Everyone has something that they go through, and some of them just whip through it, no problem, and others. And I think once it gets trapped up here, sometimes that can be the problem, that cycle. Really love this. I really love the lyrics. I'm going to have to listen many more times, and it's hard on the first time to just catch everything. I'm not sure what all these balloons are about, black balloons here. Um, I'm sure there's lots more that I wanted to say, but I don't want to make this video too long, and my voice is, I don't want to be tedious. Anyway, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of this particular song, or what it means to you, or of NF in general. Let me know what else you'd like me to react to. I'll put it on the regular list. It is very long though, so it will take a while. Check in the description. There's a way to bump up your request, get it a lot quicker if you want to do that. Also in the description, a link to NF's channel, so you can go there and subscribe and like and comment and support the artist. And don't forget to subscribe here. Yes, hold on to hope. Hope, Pandora's box, all the evils have sprung out of the box, and what was left was hope. And sometimes that's all we feel that we have. There's so many things going wrong. You just cling on to that, but sometimes that's enough. Sometimes that will bring you out. But other people can help too sometimes. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm a great one to say that because I never do myself, but it is good advice. I can give good advice even though I don't always take it. All right, I'm choking up. Made me very sorry. I do have a cough, but it also made me very sad at the end because it sounded like he was in a lot of pain and had suffered for 30 years from his experience or experiences. So yeah, very, very painful. Started to feel very emotional near the end, and his voice is amazing too. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I meant to, but I don't like to stop too often. But yeah, incredible voice too. Really liked it. Thank you for the request. Keep listening, keep having fun. It is Ron from RJJ's Reactions, losing his voice. Bye bye for now.